So good. I was never bored. This one was okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year! In today's video, because it's the new year, I thought I would do a review of all of this past year's K-dramas because I watched quite a lot. Obviously I did not watch all of them because I am a full-time student and do not have the time, but I watched as many as I can and the ones I wanted to. So I thought I would kind of sum all of them up, give a few of them some rankings, say my most underrated one, stuff like that. My friend Mia actually has done this video as well and she watched a few different ones to me, so I will link her video in the description if you want to look at hers. But let's get on with the video. I'm also going to go in like chronological order, the first one I watched to the last one, so let's get started. And I do have my laptop here with the list I watched so I don't forget anything. Okay, the first one that I watched, which technically was a 2021 into 2022 drama, I'm still gonna count it as 2022 because it ended in like late January, and that's Our Beloved Summer Now. I love this drama so much. It's literally my comfort drama. 10 out of 10 on everything. Like the storyline is perfect, the pacing, perfect, the ending, perfect, the casting, oh my gosh, the casting is everything. I actually could go on about this drama for hours and hours and hours. It's just so good. The OSTs for this drama were also everything. Every single Our Beloved Summer OST, magical. Like, I could listen to them for hours and hours, just them. Just like the show, the OSTs that come with it, stunning. Anytime I'm feeling sad, I could so just go back and easily rewatch this drama. Like, everything about this drama just makes me so happy. Besides NJ, she annoyed me a lot, but she grew on me, but she was getting on my nerves when those episodes were coming out. But overall, this drama, honestly, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It's definitely in my top 3 dramas, okay? Definitely in my top 3 dramas. Like, it's so good. Okay, the next one is The Silent Sea, and to be honest, I don't have much to say about this one because I did not finish it. I was excited because it's like Gongyu and everyone, but it was just a lot to take in, almost. Like, if you don't know what it is, it's like in space, and from like the first 10 minutes, like someone's head was blowing up in their like spacesuit, and I was kind of just like, I'm not feeling this. Like, I'm happy with like gore and stuff, but there's a point where they're all like, they're walking, because they're trying to find this stuff in space. I can't remember, this was in January, and they're trying to find something, but they're all losing oxygen, so they were all literally dying. They ended up like surviving, some of them. I don't know, I can't. It was alright, and I know for some people it probably was good. I don't know how it ended, to be honest. I didn't ever finish it, so I have no clue. Because I didn't see many people talking about it either, but that's all I have to say for that one. Let's look at the next. Oh my gosh. The next one, 2521. Now, this is another one I could go on for hours and hours and hours about. Everything about this drama was going so perfect. This drama, if they gave it a good ending, would have been literally one of the top dramas ever because it was so beautifully written. The casting was also top tier choice. The storyline was just something different and like not something that you'd always get, and all of the cinematography in it was beautiful as well. Everything about it was really good, but then in the final few episodes they just decided to like they didn't end up together. So there was such a great build up of them finally getting together and then being together, and then they sent him off to New York when 9/11 happened. I just don't get why they would do that. And then when he came back, they caused the whole thing of them to break up when they could have stayed together. There was literally no reason for them to break up. Like, I actually will not understand why they broke up to this day. Also, the OSTs for this one as well, they were so good. The OSTs almost make up for the bad ending. They don't. But the OSTs, I will listen to them and imagine that the show had a good ending in my head, you know? So overall, the drama was really good. Like, honestly, I loved it. So amazing. But because of that ending, it just makes me sad, honestly, that they gave it that ending, because I know I would have loved that drama so much more if it had the most perfect ending. The next one is Forecasting Love and Weather. This one was okay. It was okay. Definitely wasn't the best drama of the year by any means. It's probably, well, it's not my least favorite because I did finish it, but it's one of my least favorites purely for the fact it was boring. Like, I liked the storyline. I found it cool how they were like weather forecasters, because again, it's not something that you always kind of see in dramas. Like, not like weather forecasters in like, it's happening here. Like, weather forecasters as in, like, they were predicting what the weather would be, as in, like, crazy events and stuff. And I was excited for it as well, because it has Song Kang and Park Min Young in it, but it just wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. The ending was okay. It ended up all being fine, but all of the characters annoyed me at some part in that show. Song Kang's was the most tolerable, in fact, but all the characters annoyed me. And I don't actually know how I didn't drop this one. I don't know how I didn't manage to drop Forecasting Love and Weather, because it was boring. I mean, there were some parts that were good, but I feel like if they wanted to improve the drama, they could have almost cut short on the episodes. Like, it could have been an easy 12 episode drama where they just packed more into each episode to actually make it more interesting. Because it was like, there was interesting bits, but it would happen like every 3 episodes. Whereas if you shorten that, it would happen more often in that drama rather than them taking so long. Okay, the next one is 39. This drama, it was alright. Now, obviously, from the first episode going in, we find out that one of the girls dies, basically one of the 3 women. She dies by cancer. To be fair, I don't think it got me as like upset as I thought it would. I know other people cried a lot in the show, but I didn't really cry at all. Mainly because a lot of the parts of the show irritated me as well. To be fair, my favourite character was Dewey and I liked seeing her little romance part, but she just wasn't the biggest feature and I didn't like how the other 2 women kind of didn't involve her in a lot of the stuff, and she was my favourite. I also liked how Son Ye-jin's character got a bit of romance, but it was the character I cared least about was the one with cancer. And I hate to say that, but she just didn't have much going for her. She didn't, and she just irritated me, and I think that made me get bored of the show. I still finished it, and I think it wasn't necessarily a bad drama. I just think they almost didn't need to give away the fact that one of them was going to die in the first episode. Although it's like not very common to see in dramas them like just sharing a massive part of the plot from the first episode and then that's what the drama like works up to. Although that's different, I think I would have preferred for it to come in a few episodes later and maybe just lengthen some of the storylines instead. Overall it was okay, but I wouldn't rewatch it ever. Like, there's no need. And the next one, A Business Proposal. Okay, Business Proposal has such an amazing place in my heart. I love Business Proposal so much. Everything as well about this drama was amazing, and I think I'm gonna say this for quite a lot this year, but the casting as well was perfect. The storyline was really good. Honestly, everything was just top tier, and it had humour in it as well, which was just nice and refreshing. The only thing about this drama that kind of annoyed, it's not even like a bad thing, like there was no bad points to this drama. The ending was also great. I wish in the ending that we got to see her kind of reconcile with his grandfather and a wedding, because obviously it's called a business proposal. So I get why people would expect a wedding, but it's also called a business proposal. So we got the proposal, we didn't get the wedding, but it's fine. Like, I think people love wedding scenes a bit too much. I don't think they're always needed. Like, if we know that they're gonna be together, we know that they're gonna be together, it's fine. But that was my only point. I think I'm less fussed about that than other people. But overall, the drama, really good. Definitely one of my top ones of this year. Okay, ignore the obvious lighting change, everyone. I realised in my initial take that I forgot to mention a drama, and I do have my laptop here with the list I watched so I don't forget anything. So on to the next drama. It is soundtrack number 1, or soundtrack 1. I really enjoyed this drama. It was only 4 episodes and it had Han So-hee and Park Hyung-sik in it, and oh my god, the 4 episodes that it was were amazing. Like, I mean, you could have made almost a 16 episode drama out of it, but what they did with 4 episodes was really good, and it was like, it only needed 4 episodes for what it was. But like the confession part was so sweet, and I love best friends to lovers, and the fact that that's what it was it just made me so happy, because it's like literally my favourite trope. And honestly, everything about it was just so beautiful. The cinematography was great. Obviously the casting honestly was perfect. Like, I really loved seeing Han So-hee and Park Hyung-sik together. I think they made a really good couple, and just the writing was really good about how you could see that they both like longed for each other, but they didn't kind of know it at first, or when he went to the military and she was there crying. I just think it was really good, and I really recommend watching it. Also one of the first dramas that Disney Plus decided to make, and I think Disney Plus did a really good job in terms of making K-dramas, and I think they're making quite a lot more now. So I'm excited to watch some of their dramas and see if they can match some of Netflix's own dramas, because Netflix these days is making really good K-dramas too. So overall, I really do recommend Soundtrack if you have a bit of time. It really doesn't take long, because it's only 4 episodes that are like 30 minutes long anyway. A really beautiful show, to be fair. It's a nice one for winter, which we're currently still in, so you can go watch it now because it's based in winter, and you will not regret it. It's a very good show. In fact, I've not rewatched it, but I definitely think I should, because talking about it right now actually makes me want to rewatch it. So maybe if I have time after exams. But I'm gonna hand this video back over to Holly from like this morning. So on to the next drama. My next one then is Tomorrow. This one I am definitely calling the most underrated drama of 2022. If you have not watched Tomorrow, please go and watch Tomorrow. It is the most amazing, heart-wrenching show that came out this year. Like, I actually can't describe how great it was. Every episode is a kind of different storyline for a different person, and it is a show about suicide, so if any of that stuff would trigger you, obviously don't watch it. But it's got Rowan in it, and basically him and his team are kind of people that have to stop people from dying by suicide. So obviously every episode had multiple tearjerker moments, and I honestly don't know why so many people didn't talk about the show, because it was so well written. The plot was also really good and strong, because they managed to keep obviously still a plot through the different storylines in the episodes. And I just think it was a really, really good drama that more people need to talk about it and more people need to watch it because it was really damn good. Okay, the next one is Our Blues, and to be fair, I don't think there's much to say about this one. It was a pretty solid drama. Like, it wasn't the best of the year. It wasn't the worst of the year, I would say. There was multiple episodes based on different couples that all live in a seaside town on Jeju, I think. I think there was only like 3 of the storylines I actually cared about, which was the teenagers. Oh my gosh, they were the best part of the show. No one can tell me otherwise. The teenagers in the show that got pregnant, they were the best part of the show. I would get so excited to watch the episode when it came out and I knew it was their episode because they showed the storyline so well. And then I also really liked Han Jimin and Kim Woo-bin's storyline as well. Theirs was also the better one. The older couple I wasn't that bothered about. Shinmina and Lee Byung-hyun's storyline, it was okay. Definitely not the best I've seen because I didn't like him, but I loved Mina. So theirs was fine. But overall, the best ones were definitely the teenagers and Kim Woo-bin and Han Jimin. I also really liked the storyline with Han Jimin. She had like a sister who had Down syndrome, and how they incorporated that into the show was really, really good. I also think the representation as a whole in the show was good. There was a deaf character. They obviously had a character with Down syndrome, and you don't see that often in dramas, which I think was what was great about this drama. But that's all I have to say. Honestly, you could definitely watch this drama, but just watch the episodes of the teenagers and then Jimin and Woo-bin's storyline. Like, I would recommend that because theirs were actually really, really good. And if they were kind of the only thing the show is about, I think it would definitely be one of my favorites of the year if it was just based on those. The next one is Love or Play. Now this drama was so cute. I actually really, really enjoyed this one. It's based on people who play badminton and there's romance in it, but also like a deeper storyline of something bad that's happened, and I think they did that pretty well. The romance in the show was really, really sweet. Like, I just really enjoyed this drama. In general, I think the casting and the main plot was really, really good. It was just a nice, refreshing young adult romance that I feel like a lot of the shows that we get nowadays are quite heavy, so it was nice to have a light show like this. Although there was the past storyline, it still wasn't that dark like other dramas where you get a storyline and it's like 10 people died in their past. Something like that. It was still minor in comparison to that. So I think it was just a very nice, easy to watch drama. The next one I'm going to talk about is Eve. Now, I was very excited for this drama because it's Soyeji and it was kind of her returning drama. And I've obviously liked her in past stuff that she's been in, but I actually didn't finish this drama. I didn't finish it. I got 6 or 7 episodes in, but that was also around the time where I did my DOV like expedition walk. So I never ended up catching up on that weekend's episodes, and then I just never finished it. And then I found out that she didn't end up with the good guy. She ended up with like the old guy. Not old, he was like in his 40s, but I did not want her to end up with him. He was part of a family that had ruined her life. Like, why would she? I mean, stuff may have changed, but I don't get why she would go for him when she could have literally gone with the younger guy who was everything. He literally saved her when she was younger as well. He saved her. So why would she not go for him? Something's not adding up. But yeah, I didn't finish it. I don't need to finish it now I know what the ending was like. It was just meh. That's all I have to say about it. Next drama is Extraordinary Attorney Woo, and I really, really enjoyed this drama as well. This was definitely one of my favorites of the year. I obviously am not one to speak on behalf of autistic people, but from what I've seen, I think a lot of people did say that she portrayed an autistic character pretty well, obviously herself not being autistic. And I just think the plotline was really, really good. I loved the male lead. He was everything. And the way he worked with her was just really, really nice to see. He was honestly such a genuine, lovely guy. It was in general a really solid storyline, and it was just a really nice, easy to watch drama, I'd say. And it was entertaining as well. Like, the way it was filmed as well, when she'd like see the whales and stuff, it was just really, really cool. And it's also not stuff that you would see in dramas often. Like, it was very creative and just a bit different. And I think honestly that's what's been so great about 2022 as a whole for K-dramas, because they've really not been like anything we've seen before, most of them at least, which is just nice and refreshing, and it meant that I never really got in a K-drama rut. So that was definitely a top thing about this year of dramas. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is today's Webtoon. I actually didn't finish this one. I got up to episode 14, there was 16 episodes, and basically I really, really enjoyed the drama, and I found out when I was already behind, so I missed when it got to episode 15 and 16, but when I was going to catch up on them and I saw all the videos on TikTok of the fact that we didn't even get a kiss from the main leads and that they didn't end up together, I was like, is there any point in me watching the final 2 episodes when that's all I was waiting for? Like, in this drama, all I was waiting for was the romance and them finally getting together, because they were so sweet. I loved him so much, and him with her, they would have been such a good couple, but they didn't even get a kiss. So I was like, there honestly is no point in me watching these final 2 episodes when it's probably just going to be a bit more about the Webtoon company and trying to save it or whatever, and then them not even getting a kiss. So overall the drama was really nice, but the ending just wasn't the best. Like they could have literally just had a kiss and ended up together. That's not much of a change that they could have done, and it would have made me want to watch those last 2 episodes. Now the next one is my favorite drama of the year. Everyone, Little Women. This drama was so good. Like I could speak so highly of this show. So highly. The main character Inju, I love her so much. They honestly executed everything really well. It was directed by the same producer of Vincenzo, so actually Song Joong Ki had a little appearance as well, which I really liked, but you could tell that as well. Some of the shots, and Vincenzo is one of my all-time favorite dramas, some of the shots were like very similar to Vincenzo, and I love the director's kind of style, which meant that Little Women was just so amazing and interesting, and the whole plot as well was really good. It was only 12 episodes anyway, and I think 12 episodes was the perfect length for Little Women. The OSTs for this drama are actually really good as well. Like they make me feel like I'm the main character when I'm listening to them. They are so good. The plot twist as well was really good. Like I did not see, I think some people guessed what was going to happen, but I didn't see it coming, and maybe I was just stupid for that, but I didn't see the plot twist was coming. The only one thing I would possibly say is that the bad guy, the woman that was the cause of all of Inju's problems, she had her death, she died, but it wasn't long enough. I wanted her to be tortured. I wish that her death had been a bit prolonged rather than her just falling into the acid. Although she did die, which was what the end goal was and what I wanted anyway. I think they definitely could have just like lengthened that a bit in the final episode, but it also wasn't really needed. If she died, and that's the good part. But also the fact that Inju kind of was left alone by the end of the drama. I think that's kind of the only thing, because she obviously got the apartment she wanted, but she said that in the beginning that the apartment she wanted was for her and her 2 sisters, but they both went abroad, so she was left alone with the apartment she wanted but no sisters with her. And then she also didn't end up with Wee Ha-jun's character, which I think in the future, if you imagine dramas like I do, he definitely would have come back to Korea and they would have ended up together, and he would have probably brought her younger sister to see her again. You can tell from the way it ended that they would definitely end up together in the future, because you just know. I feel like it's obvious. Like they defo would have ended up together in the future. But at least she was happier. At least she didn't have any issues going on in her life. And then she can fly over to visit her sisters and Wee Ha-jun anytime she wants. Overall though, really amazing drama. I loved it so much. Okay, the next one is Love in Contract, and this drama as well was very good. I liked how obviously we got a little love triangle, but it was a very short love triangle. Like the guy that she wasn't going to end up with, he knew it. We all knew it, and it wasn't like an extended part, because sometimes I feel like love triangles drag on for ages, so long, and I get so bored. But this one didn't, and it meant it kept it entertaining. I just think the storyline as well, as I've said for many of them, very different. She's obviously like a wife that gets hired and she has different like men for different days of the week, and I just think it was genuinely really good. But I hated the fact that like she got exposed. Like obviously though it would come out one day, but I don't know how it didn't come out sooner, because surely people would be like, hey, wasn't that your wife, when they just like saw her on the street or some random stuff like that, like with another man. So I don't know how it came out sooner, but when they like did, I saw loads of other people that watch dramas hating on her, and I was like, come on. She literally had no family and she had to have a job to work. So it was like the only way for her to get money. So I don't see what's bad in that, to be honest. But I do think the show was really good, and I think it was casted really well. I loved how Ko Kyung-pyo's character, he was started off very cold, and then when they kind of started to realise their proper feelings for each other, his walls broke down, and it was just so nice to see. And I think this show was also a great one to save Park Min-young after what was forecasting Love on Weather, because she had that one, mediocre, and then she had this one, which was a really good drama. Like, it was really good. Okay, we're on to our last 3 dramas, and this one is Once Upon a Small Town. This drama was... she was cute. She's
a cutesy little ladybug.
I was excited for this drama because it's Joy, and Joy is my bias from Red Velvet. I love Joy. There's not really anything bad to say about this drama, to be honest. It was really nice and cute, but it just wasn't like the most interesting drama out there. There wasn't much going on. There was a little love triangle, but again, that was kind of the one where the second lead knew that it wasn't happening. We got them ending up together, which was nice, and it was just a nice easy watch. The episodes were only half an hour long, which was what they nedded to be, so I don't necessarily think it's a drama to like waste your time on, but I think Joy is really good at doing these type of roles where she's just so sweet. Obviously we've gotten Joy in Tempted, where she played a very sweet girl. She was strong-minded and Tempted, I must say. And she's still pretty strong-minded in Once Upon a Small Town because she's playing a police officer as well. But I would love to be able to see Joy in a darker drama as she continues her acting career, because she's definitely going to continue it. She is honestly a really good actress. I just would love to see her in some darker stuff, because I think she would really excel in that. But overall, the drama was really nice. Definitely not one of the best of the year, but it was one I enjoyed watching nonetheless. Okay, this next one is Reborn Rich, and I love this drama. This drama was so good. I really enjoyed watching this one, although the ending was a bit meh. It didn't ruin the show for me, not at all. I feel like it could have been executed better, because they like went back to Hyunwoo's timeline, which was like Sung Joon Ki's original character, but they only did it in the last episode. I feel like they should maybe have done it for like 3 or 4 episodes for Hyunwoo to like adjust to everything, process everything, and for the revenge to kind of fully take action, because it just seemed slightly rushed, it all being put in the final episode. I think 16 episodes was defo enough for the drama, but in the final episode they were just packing loads and loads of stuff into it that could have just been done over the past few episodes. I also think the casting of this show was really well done. Like, every actor portrayed the characters so well. One thing as well that I wish was slightly more developed by the ending as well was the romance. I think it was left slightly unclear maybe. I feel like things could have just been ended in a better way. And just to have the ending so rushed just annoyed me a bit. I think this drama was such a nice different take on revenge, because obviously you get the normal revenge plots where something bad's happened and they're just trying to take revenge on the family or whatever. But in this one, obviously in his like first life, he was Hyunwoo and he was working for the rich family, and then he got killed by someone from the rich family. And then when he died, he was reborn into that rich family back in the past. And it's just something that we've never seen. And I think it was really well done. Okay, we're on to my final one of the year. This one literally came out on the 30th. I've finished it now. I was quick. And this one is The Glory. This one was so good. This one was incredible. We've only gotten part 1, which is the first 8 episodes, and then the second 8 episodes come out in March. This one is like another revenge-based one, and it's got my love Lee Do-hyun in it, and Song Hye-kyo is also in it, and I just think it was really well done. Can we also talk about the bullying in this though? The bullying in this drama is like some of the worst I have ever seen. Like, we know that K-drama school bullies are bad, but this one, they were... I just don't know how to describe it in words, to be honest. It was terrible, and I get why she wanted to take revenge so bad, because they honestly were horrendous. But it was really good. I think the actors just did it so well. Lee Do-hyun's little change in character was everything. Like, I actually love the show so much. I think honestly it's like on par with Little Women for like best of the year. Obviously the show's not actually finished because there's still the second part of the show in March, so I guess my thoughts will be fully developed by then, and if I was to do another one of these videos after next year, I can fully give my thoughts on the whole of The Glory. But so far it honestly is really amazing. It's so good. I was never bored. If this one ends perfectly, it will definitely be entering like my top dramas ever, because it's so good so far. Although that was my last drama I wanted to talk about, I quickly have a film that I want to talk about just because it came out this year and it was a really beautiful film, and that's 20th Century Girl. I think we all have watched it by now. It was so beautiful. Oh my god. It gave 25-21 vibes, and although the ending was sad as well, it wasn't bad, it was just sad. Gosh, I was just... it got me so emotional, that film. The fact that she like thought he'd just left for so many years and he died, and then she goes to his like exhibition or whatever. Oh no, don't even get me started on it. It was such a beautiful film. Why did it fully take me like 5 minutes to just say the word beautiful then? Let's rewatch that clip. Beautiful. It took me so long, and for what? I'm sorry. Back to the video. The cinematography, the storyline and the writing was amazing. Like, it was really well done. As I said at the beginning of this video, there were some dramas obviously that I didn't get around to watching this year that I do want to watch eventually. Like, My Liberation Notes is definitely something that I want to watch at some point, but I'll see whenever I have time, because I'm obviously doing my GCSEs this year, so maybe when I'm done with those I will be binge watching many dramas that I have missed. But yeah, overall I think 2022 was an incredible year in terms of dramas. I think dramas were really well done in 2022. But that will be the end of today's video. I hope you have all enjoyed listening to my thoughts, and if you have any thoughts about any of the dramas that you watched, or disagree with any of my opinions, or agree with any of my opinions, please comment them, because I love to hear other people's opinions and discuss. That's why I post my K-drama review videos on TikTok and this one on YouTube, because I just love to hear other people's opinions and see if we agree on hating the same characters, loving the same characters, because obviously everyone's opinions are very varied. So yes, that will be all for today's video. This is also my first video that I've been filming on my new camera, so hopefully it will all be good, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!